Joining us this morning. Boy, is it another nice day. I am always so happy on these beautiful days. I have to struggle during the winter time to be upbeat and all that. I'm not like this, by the way, every morning. I'm generally a little groggier. I've been up for a few hours now, so it gives me a chance to kind of get into this. And the warm weather makes me feel that much more excited about the day. So, welcome to Real Estate Radio, where we take the mystery out of the real estate business. When you hear things that interest you and that you want to make comments on, give us a call at 847-244-1220. We would love to hear from you. 847-244-1220. I always say that too fast. Listen, I wanted to congratulate somebody before we really get started here. My nephew graduated from 8th grade. How about that? Now, you know what? That may not seem like a big deal, but to his parents, it was really a big deal. I couldn't be prouder of Leroy Bridges Jr. His folks, though, they deserve the real credit. They pulled him out of bed in the morning and pushed him through his homework assignments. So congratulations to Denise and Leroy and Little Man, who's my the nickname I gave my nephew years and years and years ago. He's not little anymore, though. He's like almost 6 foot tall.
Ow.
I know, and he's like 13 years old. It's amazing.
Oh yeah.
They're growing him so big these days.
They are. They are. I have a nephew who's 6'3", 20 years old.
Oh
so,
my goodness.
Yeah.
What are they feeding him? What's in the water?
I don't know.
It's amazing.
Wish I had it when I was there. You too.
I know.
So
Nah. So another thing I want to bring up is that my daughter closed on her condo. Allison, you know what a big deal that is?
yes. Believe me.
It was her first place. She closed on it last Friday.
How exciting.
Yeah. So she bought in the Chicago on the north side.
Oh.
And she's now the owner of a one-bedroom condo.
Yay!
But it has hardwood floors and granite countertops and stainless steel appliances. You know, it has to have all that good stuff.
Oh, of course. Of course.
So,
oh, I bet you she's just happier than pig and slop.
Yep, she's happier than pig and slop.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
But she's also nervous and thinking that, oh my God. And I said, look, it's not a whole lot different than paying rent. You just got to make sure and pay it regularly.
Yes.
And let me know if anything goes wrong.
Exactly. Yes. Plus, she's got those darned utilities as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's the assessment. You know,
yes.
When you're in a condo, it's an assessment.
Oh,
so
that's right.
It's a little different. And so she paid her first assessment. It was so funny. She goes, Mom, I'm going to pay my first assessment today. And I thought, okay, in another 6 months, she won't be saying that with that kind of happiness.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
I know. She'll be like, oh, no, I can do something else with this money.
I will never forget the day. I'm really sorry. I will never forget the day that we closed on our house.
Yeah.
And I remember my actually it was our finance guy who was there with us, and he goes, "Congratulations, you're homeowners." And I went, "Oh!" I was crying. Yeah, I was so happy.
That's so sweet.
It is the best day of my life. It was really
well,
good.
You know what? It takes you to a whole other level when you own property.
Yeah.
You know, it takes you into a whole other realm. There's things that matter to you that you never paid attention to in the news. You never paid attention to as far as your living environment. But once you own it, you start paying attention to all those little details.
Amen to that.
Yeah. Well, Maylee's not the only one out there buying. We're going to be talking to an investor this morning. And there are a lot of people actually out there buying, even though the market is a little slower, and you homeowners who have a house on the market and you're wondering, well, why aren't they buying my house? Mm-hmm. There are people out there buying homes. And we're going to talk today to an investor. And this man is an incredible guy. He's part of a team that does investing, and we're going to ask him the questions that everybody wonders as far as how do you do this. And the fact is the market is beginning to move up again, and real estate is definitely a regional, almost neighborhood to neighborhood thing. So you will find that whereas we're doing well in Lake County, Cook County may not be doing as well. DuPage County may not be doing as well. So it is, and we can actually look neighborhood to neighborhood. We can look at community to community as far as Gurnee versus Vernon Hills versus Libertyville. So, but for the most part, those communities I just mentioned are all doing very well. We're also going to talk about the communities just to the east of us, Waukegan and North Chicago, and what's going on there. Today's guest believes that investors will help bring the market back and stabilize the real estate business. We're going to talk to Adam Taylor. He's a partner with MT Homes LLC. Good morning, Adam. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing very good.
Well, I understand that MT Homes buys 3 to 4 houses and multi-units a month here in Lake County and rehabs them and rents them out. That is an incredible number. You don't have to comment on that just now because I'm going to ask you some details about that in a moment. I also know that you're a member of the Lake County Property Investors Association, which is an organization that keeps property investors aware of what's going on as far as legislation and laws that can impact the owning of investment properties. Isn't that true?
Yeah, that's true. And they also do a lot of other things. They help us find certain industry people to help rehab homes, whether you're looking for a carpenter or an electrician. It's a good place to go for advice on getting into the business.
You know what? I'm a member of that too, and that's how I found you. I put an APB out, I put an email out asking for an investor, and you responded on your BlackBerry within minutes. It was amazing. Actually, I've got some other responses too. I haven't had a chance to look at some of those, but it's a really nice network, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great network. We've actually been able to find a lot of our workers or contractors through suggestions from other members of the Lake County Housing Association. So
Okay.
that's helped us a lot.
One of the things about being an investor is not only finding properties, but being able to make sure those properties are well done. So I'm going to start by asking you some questions about actually what you do. You are part of a team, right, Adam?
Yes, I'm part of a team of about 11 people. There's people in that team that help to rehab the properties, help to maintain them, help to keep them rented.
Okay, all right. So are all the people on the team professionals, or some of them people who just thought, okay, I'm good at rehabbing, I'm good at woodwork or painting, or are they all professional folks who are actually paid because they've gone to craftsman school?
Well, I guess a little bit of both. We have a professional construction manager that now works for us, but we also have people who just, for labor, for the simple, easy things that need to be done on an everyday basis that doesn't really require a professional.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's good to know. So that means that folks out there, you don't always have to be a professional in order to get the job done. As long as you bone up on, so you can look at how-to books and so forth.
Delegation is very important.
Delegation is really important.
For instance, when I decided to start this business, I knew that I had there are things I'm good at and there's things I'm not good at. And if there's something I'm not good at, you have to be good at finding somebody to do what you're not good at.
That's a smart thing to know, no matter what kind of work you're in, right?
Exactly.
But especially when you're doing hands-on work, it's important to do it well. What makes this a good market for residential, or for residential property investors specifically? And we're going to be talking today. We're going to talk about residential versus commercial or industrial investors, right?
Right.
All right. What makes this a good market for people who do what you do?
It's a great market to rent or to buy and hold for renters. There's really 3 major reasons. One is that you're buying properties right now at record low prices. We've seen over a 50% drop in a lot of the areas that we buy properties in.
A 50% drop in pricing?
Yes, a 50% drop in pricing. What I would buy an REO, which is a bank-owned property for North Chicago.
And REO stands for real estate owned, right?
Yeah, real estate owned investment. It's the term that is used after foreclosure when the property is actually in a bank's profile. Mm-hmm. When the bank actually owns it, then it becomes an REO and the bank lists it with a real estate broker. The price of those properties has gone down by over 50% to purchase.
And you're using a broad term. That's not all properties, of course. And is that properties that have that need work done to them, or is this properties that are in good shape?
I would say, in my experience, because also when I buy a property, a very big thing that I look at is is this property going to be worth when we're done with it? And a property that was going to be worth $140,000, $150,000 when we're done with it, we're now finding it's going to be worth only $100,000 to $90,000. And that same property 2 years ago we would buy for $70,000, and today we're buying those properties for $30,000, $35,000.
That is an amazing drop in value. You talked a moment ago. You used the term buy and hold. once we come back, we're going to go to a break for a moment, but when we come back, I want to talk about this idea of holding properties. In the past 5 years or so, it's been a process of flipping properties, of buying them, updating them, rehabbing them, and then selling them right away. But you're saying now it's a market where we buy and hold. So we're going to talk about what you mean by that and how long you hold them and that sort of thing, and get some details on how you do that. We'll be back on Real Estate Radio in just a moment.
It's time to get set for summer.
I'm not the smoothest at doing commercials sometimes.
That's all right. You did fine.
How did I do?
You did great.
Okay.
Yeah, you're very conversational.
Five other free items with a full
It sounds
I
good.
actually didn't
It
even
does
finish
sound
answering
good.
the question, so.